Welcome to the Vocal Lab podcast with your hosts Shelby Rollins and Jason Catrone, bringing you the best from the music industry. Get ready for first-class conversations packed with exclusive techniques and transformative insights, all designed to help you reach your top note.
And action.
Hello, Shelby.
Oh, pinky's up. Look at you. Hello.
Because I've invited you to a dinner party at my house today.
You have?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not ever invited to your social gatherings.
Cut.
Awkward silence. Because it's true.
It's like Ellen and Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, no. You know, I haven't jumped back into, I go to a lot of events, you know that.
Yep.
And I get heat from people, I will tell you this, I get heat from people because I don't ask them to go along. What people don't understand is that
They're not cool enough to come.
number one, and number two, I don't always have plus ones to these events,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Or three, I just don't always want someone to drag along that I have to kind of like, quote unquote, entertain,
Yeah.
right? At the same
or
time.
Keep in the social
Yeah.
engagement.
Not that I'm
circle.
afraid to do that. It's just like a lot of times.
Is
you just
that why
wanna
you don't
go
invite me
do it.
places?
Well, again, we're not talking about this on this episode, Shelby.
Truthfully, I'd probably
It's
say
like-
no 99% of the time.
It's right, yeah.
A gaggle of children at
Yeah.
my house, but that's fine.
It's like when I go to the airport, I don't like to travel with people through the airport. One person's okay, or I have a few friends who travel really well, who have their own systems. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I can't take time for you to go to your TSA line when I have mine, and then you. It's
Hey,
just,
I have pre. I finally got TSA pre.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I have my routines. That's it, right? And so
Yeah.
even in a social networking sense, I kind of have a routine how I interact, how I go, what I do. So a lot of times it's just easier. But I remember one time a Nashville mom who was she's no longer living, sadly, one of the most beautiful humans, knew better than anyone I've ever known how to throw a party, how to entertain. And on several occasions when she and I were just one-on-one, she would open up to me about how the hardest thing about her life, one of the hardest things, was how people would get upset not being invited to her social gatherings, and it would cause friction in her friend groups.
Yeah.
You know, so she eventually had a point of like, there are lots of times you'd go over and you couldn't post pictures or anything.
Yeah.
She didn't want people to see it. But
Yeah.
that was a long way around of the dinner party we're having here today.
And today we're really supposed to talk not about not inviting me, but who would you invite?
Yes, because we're actually going to do this dinner party together.
To your dinner party.
Yeah.
To our dinner party or to our individual dinner parties? Like, who you invite to yours, who am I inviting to mine? Or are we going to have a combined dinner party? We should have talked about this.
We really should have. I think the combined dinner party is harder because it's hard for people to get along,
Oh, yeah.
especially if you're inviting big personalities.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Well, but it's all hypothetical, right? And it doesn't have to be people we know.
Okay,
so we
fair.
can throw a party and let some
Okay.
social awkwardness ensue.
There we go. Okay, so it's going to be together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your number one choice? Who are you bringing first into the dinner party?
What are my parameters?
And so music industry, music/entertainment industry. They didn't have to be artists. You could have producers, writers, directors, managers.
Alive or dead.
Alive or dead.
Oh, alive or dead.
Yeah.
This changes the whole game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, who's the first person walking in the door for you? Who's going to set the tone of the party?
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, that's solid.
Hands down.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Waiting.
The guy who knew how to set the vibe,
Yeah.
like above and beyond anyone, knew how to do it. And not only that, he's got the perfect music for throwing a dinner party,
For sure.
right? Plus he's got he's got the swagger. He's going to have the Jack Daniels on the rocks in tow. You know, he's going to come in smoking a cigarette probably, so that's going to be not fun for
Do we
the
do it at your
dinner
house
party.
then?
But
I don't
yeah.
want that in my house.
But you know, I mean, the guy was just the icon of icons.
Totally.
Especially when it comes to music. So
Yeah. That's a good first pick.
and I think I just won the whole game. You can't.
I didn't know there was a winner.
You can't trump that. Oh, I thought it was a game.
My then compliment to Frank.
Okay.
To be the second guest, because maybe they're going to be just the two of them for 5 minutes before everybody. And you and I are like bustling around getting things ready, and the two first guests have to socialize a little bit.
We got staff.
Oh, okay. Well, then the four of us have to have a conversation,
This is catered. Okay,
and we
cool.
got to keep the ball rolling, right? We got to keep the conversation moving. I'm inviting Celine.
Ooh.
Because I think Celine's quirky enough and really interesting to
For sure, and she's gonna come in looking like $1 million.
Yeah, she is.
Ooh, you're gonna be upstaged by that.
She's just a real rude.
What?
I'm gonna be upstaged by
I'm just
Celine.
telling you, she's gonna come in like the fashionista of all.
Listen, she will, okay? But if we have unlimited budget, then I'm also going to be looking like $1 million. Okay?
Yeah, okay, for sure.
I've hired a glam squad.
Okay, good.
Okay?
I was just challenging you to rise to the occasion.
Oh, right. Anyway, so Celine,
I didn't have that
I think
problem,
Celine would have a great time talking to Frank.
Oh, yeah. Did they do a duet together? Was she on his duets record?
I don't know.
In the 90s? We're Googling.
We're finding out. We're looking.
For some reason, I feel like
1999.
I feel like they did a song together.
All the way.
Ooh. Then they could reminisce about their song.
Yeah.
They could sing it together at the dinner party.
Ooh,
Is that
even
right,
better.
Jason? All the way.
That sounds right to me. Yeah.
I did not know that. Mm-hmm. Okay, who are you getting in? Who's coming in the door next?
Who's number 2? Now it's getting hard because there's so many at this point that I want to invite.
Where are we capping this at? How many people are coming to this party?
I think we're going at 5.
Total?
Yeah, because that's a healthy table of 12. You got me and you at one end, the other 5 on each end. It's a big thing. We got the footman behind.
So 5 apiece. 5 apiece.
Yeah, 5 apiece.
Okay.
Anything over that becomes like a like a big party. Mm-hmm. We're trying to have dinner conversation and
Right.
This I'm really challenged here because there's a lot I want.
I feel like you think there's a lot on the line here too. Like
I'm feeling the pressure. Yeah, I like to entertain.
Our hypothetical conversation about maybe even dead people.
I like stress out over these things.
I know who my next one is already.
Oh, I think the next one would probably be for me, Dolly.
Dolly.
Yeah.
Dolly would be great.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Because
So
she's
much
going to bring the
personality.
humor. Yeah, she's going
Yes.
to bring the playfulness.
Mm-hmm.
There can be nothing awkward happen because she's either going to do it herself or she's going to make it the most funny, awkward after effect, right?
Right.
She's going to make everyone feel comfortable in the awkwardness. It's one of the most beautiful, it's one of the most understated, brilliant things about Dolly Parton is she knows how to make any moment comfortable.
See, you just made me change my next pick because of
Wow,
Yeah.
that now it is a game. I
Now it
made
feels
you
like
play
the
a
draft.
pivot.
It's like the draft because
I
like
made you
if
play a
somebody takes
pivot.
my pick, I have to pivot, right? From
Yeah.
the next pick. Okay. So I had one.
I mean, my deck is
and I
stacked
think they're
so
still
heavy.
coming. I think my guests are still coming, but maybe in a different order. So now I think I'm going to bring in Bono.
Ooh.
I feel like Bono and Dolly need to sit by each other.
Okay, so now you just got really deep. I went. It's showing our personalities too. I went really playful, jovial, fun, right? And you just went deep with someone who's so well versed in so many ways.
Yeah, and he's such a
in music.
complex
He's
guy.
in politics. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. He also can bring the serious.
He's like a humanitarian.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
But I think he would have a lot of fun next to Dolly. I think Dolly would make him laugh, and he might make Dolly cry,
That's true.
like in a good way.
Yeah. No, this is good.
And I want to sit across from them.
I still say where it ends.
Well, as long as it's not too big of a table.
It's gonna seat 12.
I want to be in every conversation.
I still think I'm stacked. I'm a little talent heavy for you. Because
Who's next?
well,
Don't take any of my dead people. Who you got?
Well, next is definitely going to be Michael.
I almost said
You
that
almost
was
him?
well in my head. I was like, he's about to pick Michael.
Well, yeah, because now we're
MJ.
inserting the curiously creative and quirky. Like, he could sit there and be quiet and say nothing but smile and a little laugh.
Wait, what was
He
that?
could. I mean, that might be all we get out of him. That might be it. He could bring Bubbles, the chimp, right?
Go ahead
We
and
could-
tell me, Jason.
We could get a
What am I
plus.
bringing to this dinner, Jason?
Michael may trump everyone and bring the
Oh my
plus
gosh.
one with Bubbles the chimp, and we can't tell him no.
And we can't tell him no.
I'm not going to tell
No.
a chimp no for dinner, would you? That's crazy fun.
Really hope the chimp wouldn't ruin my house.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I think Bubbles is really sedate, right? Or tame.
I don't know anything about
As tame as a
Bubbles.
chimp could be, but
I
Michael,
poop at Michael Mardian one time.
you what?
Really?
Yeah,
Michael
like
and Mardian. Wow.
Wait, you did what?
The chimp threw poop at
Oh.
Michael Mardian one time. There's a story about that.
That's amazing.
Was it a dinner party?
No, it was at a writing session.
We should have Michael O'Mardian on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's a great thought. So,
So,
Michael, right?
Good one.
He inserts that little component that's really the biggest unknown of all, right?
True.
He's probably-
very mysterious.
He's probably the most mysterious artist of all time, if you really want to lay it
Oh
out there.
yeah, man. Okay, I got all three of my next in my head. I'm like, are they all going to be dead? I don't know. Okay, I think my next one is Elvis.
Ooh, I was going to say Elvis was on my list.
Elvis. I mean, one, I grew up listening to Elvis, so I would say
We gotta
I'm
up
sort
the-
of surprised he's not my first guess, but
Yeah.
partly because you picked Frank first.
Well, to your
So-
point, I'm always waffling with Frank and Elvis in my head of the greats of all time.
Oh, I love Elvis. And
know.
I grew up listening to Elvis. It was funny because I grew up in the 90s, like 80s and 90s, and instead of listening to the top 40 of my generation, I was listening to the top 40 of my boomer parents' generation.
course.
And it was a lot of Elvis, Beatles, Temptations, all that kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I knew, and still do, because song lyrics never leave my brain. And so I couldn't tell you the title of any song,
never really
but I know
enter
all
my
the
brain.
words. Huh?
They never really enter my brain.
See, I still know them all. I can still sing all these old songs, but Elvis was always who stood out to me from the jukebox. My parents had a jukebox. They still do. And he was my favorite. And then I saw pictures of him, like, what a stud. I have a huge crush on him. Oh, shoot, he's dead. How sad.
Early Elvis or
me.
later Elvis? Everyone
I mean,
always asks
early
that.
Elvis, yeah.
Good.
But
We'd have
I
to get
loved
more
him.
food if it was later Elvis.
More what?
Food.
Yes.
He really started to eat.
He did. He had a lot going on.
Yeah, he did.
He had a
stress
tough
eating,
life.
I'm sure.
But anyway, I love Elvis. Always have.
Mm.
And so I'd have to pick Elvis. He has to come to my dinner party.
Okay.
And yeah, I think he's a super solid choice. I mean, it's like if you have to explain why, then you don't deserve to come to the party.
No, you're right. You don't. Although I'm just as a curveball of curveballs, because it's like I have no, other than just watching this movie Flying from Spain the other day, I have no really strong reason to invite this person other than I'm just really deeply curious now.
Okay. Who?
Maria Callas.
Wait, who's that?
Thank you.
You got a gasp
Arguably the
from Carlos.
greatest soprano of all time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Never to walk
what
the-
movie did you see her?
Maria. Angelina Jolie. It's fantastic. You've got to watch this movie.
Okay.
But she was such a, phenomenal talent, number one, but such an interesting character and person of all things fashion, beauty. I mean, she had
She's
this...
like an opera singer?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had this secret, and well, I guess it was public at some point, love affair with Aristotle Onassis. So she was intertwined with President Kennedy. And
Right,
I mean, it was just like her life was very fascinating. And so I
sound
think to
fascinating.
invite someone of such high class and sophistication to my
Right.
side of the table so I could have someone to talk to really well. I'm going to throw Maria Callas
man.
in there.
All right. Cool. What are we at? Is that your fourth?
That's my fourth.
Okay, so I've got two left. I have my fourth next would be I feel whimsical. I think I'm going to go with Prince.
Great choice.
Prince is very whimsical. Super interesting.
Yes.
Super interesting guy.
Although,
feel
did
like
he and Michael get along?
I don't know.
I feel like
Did
there
they
might
have a
have been
beef? Well, in our hypothetical world, you know what? They can be best
they're
friends.
getting along. Yeah.
But Prince is so like, maybe it's because he was high a lot. I don't know. But such like the creativity of just like so on another planet that I'm just kind of like, I would love to have a conversation with you when you're not high. And maybe when you are high too, to compare and contrast, but to just be like, wow, let's talk about your creative process. I would love to know. You're such an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Did they have a beef? Did you look that up?
They did. Sorry, I was laughing.
They did or didn't?
They did. They
I
had a
thought they did.
rivalry.
Yeah, there was a big rivalry
And
there.
at the James Brown concert, both were invited on stage by James Brown. Jackson danced smoothly. Prince came up shirtless, awkwardly played guitar, and allegedly knocked over a light stand on purpose. And I do remember watching that video. So
Yeah, I was remembering there was some beef I thought I'd heard before. So that could be interesting for the dinner party.
Yeah, maybe the beef surfaces, or maybe they've evolved and they've gotten over it, and they can cheer each other on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either could kind of go.
Maybe the food's so
could
great
go in
they
either
don't
direction. Yeah.
want to mess
Depending
it
on
up.
how boring the night gets, maybe we need the beef to come out a little bit.
Yeah.
Make it spice it up a little.
Yeah.
All right, who's your 5?
Well, 5's not going to be surprising at all, and maybe I'm going a little heavy in on the crooners, but I'm going to invite Tony Bennett just because he's inspired me more probably than anyone, artistically and musically, and been that constant like vision in front of me to keep pursuing music and not give up. So I got to have Tony there just to have dinner with them, and me and him and Frank will get around the piano, and that'll be epic.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. My number 5, I think I'm really torn between 2 people who are some of my biggest like inspirations artistically. One's dead, one's alive. Dang, this one's tough. I'm going to follow my gut. Patty Griffin.
Oh, wow. No one's going to know who she is. They'll be
Freaking
like,
love Patty
ma'am, where do I get more wine? No, I'm kidding.
Patty Griffin's insane.
No, she's insane.
She
I
is
shouldn't
such
make
an
fun.
incredible. I've seen her live like 3 or 4 times, and anytime she comes to town, I'm like, I'm there. I don't care what you're touring. I don't care if I've listened to a song that you've written in the last 10 years. I'm coming to your show.
She's one of those artists.
Yeah, gosh,
right?
she's so good.
Like, she's just phenomenal.
I use her a lot as a teaching example with people when I'm really trying to help them get really raw in something and stop being so perfect.
Yeah.
Because Patty Griffin has an amazing voice, but she also is very connected to her soul, and she'll just let it go. She sings like she's never had any technique in her life, in a good way. I don't mean that bad. I mean like she's reckless and she lets it go, and it flies off the handle and it kills you in the best way. It just wrecks you. So I would love to just talk to her about songwriting and just her artist lens and worldview, and what was she thinking in the moment where she laid down the vocal to, which song was it? The planes keep flying right over our heads, no matter how high we shout. Hey, hey, hey. What's the name of that song? It's on the, it's the Every Little Bit album. What is that one called? Anyway, I can look it up. But that song, I just remember listening to it, and the first time I heard that song, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like that moment, because it was pitchy.
Isn't it called The Plains?
No. She had a song called The Plains? Really? It wasn't the 1,000 Kisses or 1,000 something. It was the record after that, I think. What was the record after that one? It's got Every Little Bit on that record.
You're really a super fan over here.
No, I haven't. I am bad. I'm telling you.
I'm
I
bad
tell
at
people
it
all the time.
too.
I'm the worst at
I'm
song
same,
titles. I could sing that whole
What was that line
song.
again?
The planes keep flying right over our heads, no matter how loud we shout. It's the bridge of the song. It is so good. She sings, and so she's painting this picture of these planes flying over like she's on an island, like a desert island essentially, and needs a rescue. And she's like waving, like I see the planes, and we're loud. Hey,
Forgiveness.
hey, forgiveness.
From
Everybody
Living with
needs
Ghosts.
Little Forgiveness. Living with Ghosts. Such a good record. And I remember she sings this, planes keep flying right over our head no matter how loud we shout. And then she shouts, hey, hey, hey. And it's wild and she's shouting it and it's pitchy and it kills you. And I remember thinking, oh, this was before the era of auto-tune for sure.
Yeah.
But you don't mind because it's so real. Like oh my gosh, you're on that island and the planes don't see you and you're going to die and they're going to
You're not going to be worried about pitch.
You're not. And I would be like, take me to the moment when you were behind the mic and you were cutting that vocal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's so good. She's like folk pop Americana.
Yeah. Here's what I think's interesting about the dinner party we have just proposed.
Yes.
Is that, and I'm curious to you, I'm going to ask you a question. Did at any moment a current artist go through your mind that you would like to have there?
Oh, you mean like someone who's big now?
Yeah.
No.
For me, it did.
Who?
But, well, there were several, like, again, John Mayer came to mind. Beyonce came to mind.
Well, Bono.
There were
is
several.
in my dinner party. He's
Yeah,
always
but
good.
I'd really put him in the League of Legends.
Legendary, yeah.
Even though he's still doing his thing.
And Patty. She's still
Yeah.
touring. But yeah.
So, and I just want to throw that out there to listeners, like, especially any of you out there under 30, there was maybe a little strategy in my mind behind putting my dinner party together as I tried to give explanation to each one, as you did, right?
Yeah.
But to any of you out there under 30, and to all of you really, I challenge you to go listen to every one of these artists.
Oh yeah.
They are legendary for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Some have passed already, some are still living, obviously. But they've influenced everything in music beyond what we can even really comprehend or understand in this little short conversation today.
Right.
And so I don't care if you only love country, go listen to, well, Patty would kind of fit because there's some like folk Americano to it. Mm-hmm. Go listen to Frank and Maria Callas.
Right.
Like, do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
It's like stepping outside and only looking at the green grass and denying the blue sky above you. Mm-hmm. All of it collectively makes the world beautiful.
Yeah.
And all of it is meant to be heard and enjoyed and consumed and in some way hopefully understood a little bit. Mm-hmm. Again, it's way better for me to take my shoes off and put my feet in the grass and lay down and look up at the blue sky and understand all of it, the sounds, the colors, the smells, the vibrations. Mm-hmm. This is what music does. Yeah. And I get really frustrated and annoyed and sad when I have so many, especially young artists, as you do too, who come in and I throw out a name like, it could be any, like Barry Manilow, and they don't even know who that is. Right. Or Barbara Streisand. Are you kidding me?
Right.
One of the greatest voices of all time. I've had multiple artists not know who that person is.
Right. It's bananas.
It's just not okay.
Yeah.
And I get they're older and maybe not on all the like.
But history is important.
History is important, especially music history, because in today's musical culture of very linear melodic movements, you want to be a great musician? Go listen and study vast ranges of melodies and movements and music, even those without words like classical music. And I'm thankful for my mentors who always pushed me in that direction. I was always an old soul and loved old music anyway. And my voice, like Carlos, our voices wrapped around that. So it just made sense that which didn't make sense then. You're 7 years old and you're singing like a Frank Sinatra song. That's kind of weird for people. Like, how's that little kid know what that even is? But there's just something really special that will not only affect you as a human and a person, but will greatly affect your ability to make your own art.
Right.
The more you know this. So the dinner party we just put together I think it's pretty freaking fantastic.
I can't wait to attend this dinner party.
I know.
Maybe in heaven. But also, who is the chef for that dinner party?
Great
What
question.
celebrity chef did we hire? I know who I want. I have a dream that I truly believe
I know mine right away.
will get realized in my lifetime, that this particular celebrity chef will come to my home and cook me a world-class Michelin star meal.
I know mine right away. Go for yours.
Gordon Ramsay.
Okay. Yeah.
Freaking love him.
Okay.
And I hope he curses at me
He's gonna curse at
while
you.
he's like chopping food.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be a sous chef
Yeah.
and he'll call me a
You don't want
donkey.
Guy Fieri? You wanted to take
Hey,
the
he's a
Rollins
lot of
into-
fun.
To
He's a-
Flavortown?
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. No, but I want Gordon Ramsay, and I want to chop vegetables, and I want him to call
Okay.
me a donkey, and it's
Okay.
and then I'm gonna eat in the lap of luxury.
I love it.
Who's yours?
Ina Garten all day long.
Oh, she's delightful.
Well,
Have you read her book?
I've not
I've
read
heard
it.
she has a book.
But
and
I want to.
Who was it? That
Yeah, it
was
just came out
telling me-
this past year.
Yeah, listen to the book
Mm-hmm.
and she narrates it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to put that in my rotation
Yeah.
for Audible.
I love me some
Listen
Ina
to
Garten.
Ina
One of
tell
my
it-
dreams is to
read a
go
book
to
to
the
me.
Hamptons and eat at her house
Yeah, I
with
used
her.
to love watching her show on Food
The
Network.
Barefoot Contessa.
What about a couple of honorable mentions that didn't make it to the table? So I'm going to read off some names that maybe got left off.
Okay.
So number 1, Whitney.
Yes.
Whitney, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in my
She
brain.
was in my she was in my
She was
roster.
in my brain.
And I almost feel bad that I didn't have her. Maybe she was invited but had to send her regrets.
Yeah. So you got Madonna, Bob Dylan,
Yep,
Stevie Wonder,
of course.
Yes.
Prince.
Prince is out
Oh,
there.
sorry,
Prince
not
is there.
Prince. Sorry, David Bowie.
Oh,
Springsteen,
scares me.
anyone? No? Kurt Cobain?
Kurt Cobain, interesting.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aretha. Louis
Yeah.
Armstrong.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye. No.
Yeah.
The Weeknd. No, I'm just kidding.
The Weeknd.
I know, Jason, you had Kanye on your list.
Yo, for sure. That's the after party,
That's the wild
Carlos.
card right
That's
there.
the after party.
That's when you oh man.
Him and Diddy.
Pavarotti,
Watch
too.
out.
Pavarotti.
Pavarotti was.
Pavarotti, yeah.
I debated Maria and
Anyone
Pavarotti, but
with
Yeah.
Bernstein? No. Leonard Bernstein.
oh yeah,
Leonard Bernstein
No.
is a party animal.
Really?
like or like dang it, why is this? He's still alive. Andrew Lloyd Webber
Oh yeah.
or
Paul McCartney.
Oh.
Rogers and Hammerstein. I
John
mean, there's
Lennon?
so many.
Great, yeah, honorable mentions.
There's so many honorable mentions
Yeah.
for sure. You know, and
We'll
I would
just
love
keep
to.
throwing more dinner
I would love
parties.
to have Snoop and Martha there to entertain and just hang
Oh,
out,
yeah,
but
Snoop
Martha
and
and Ina don't get along either. So
They
you know,
don't.
we gotta be careful with it. That goes back to you gotta be
Taylor
careful with
Swift
this.
can go to the kids' table.
Gosh, we just lost so many young fans.
We just did. We just did. Sorry, Tay.
Yeah, I'd let Tay Tay come.
Hey, she'd be very interesting to talk to.
She would be very interesting.
Yeah. I don't have shade.
No shade.
But she's just not. She's not old enough. You know what I mean? Maybe. She's
Yeah,
not
this
old
was
enough to come.
maybe
This was like an older.
Maybe
person
we'll
party.
do a current dinner party. The after. So like I go to a lot of these like social events around town, and so you have the big event, the big gala, and the dinner and
there's the
everything.
after party.
There's the after party for all of the like under. I don't know if they age or not. But it's like the young and up and coming crowd
Oh.
who may not want to or be able to afford the big dinner. They come to the after party. And it's just like snacks and a band.
Yeah.
But we should do an after party sometime
Mm-hmm.
where we give our,
And to all of our
hip,
living
current, fun music.
guests that we just listed, would you care to invite us to your dinner party?
Yes, we'd love Dolly to come over.
No, we go to Dolly's house. We
That's
go
what
to
I
Dolly's
said.
dinner party.
We'd love to come over.
Oh. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be a great dinner party.
I know. Well, this was
hungry.
fun.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
All right.
All right, let's go get a fillet of fish.
Let's go have that party.
Can you see
Gross.
Shelby eating a fillet of fish?
I did.
I can't. I love a fillet
Or
of
a
fish.
McRib.
Yeah, people love
Those
that
are the
McRib.
worst. So gross.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's go have some food.
Okay. Give me another pack of pistachios.
Thanks for tuning in to the Vocal Lab podcast. Ready to join the top ranks of the music industry? Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more first-class conversations that make the extraordinary your new ordinary. Until next time, keep striving for your top note.